Let's jump right into this explainer on something we all experience and, let's be honest, absolutely dread. Waiting. I mean, whether you're, waiting to hear back about a massive promotion or you're literally just staring down the microwave with 10 seconds left, waiting is a huge part of our lives. But what if we've been looking at it completely wrong this whole time? Today, we're going to break down the architecture of patience and see how the way we wait is just totally baked into mastering time management.
So, why exactly is waiting so incredibly difficult for us? Look, time management is in part about learning to wait for the things we want. But let's face it, it usually just feels like this passive, super annoying game we're all forced to play. You're just sitting there, right? Feeling helpless, watching the clock tick by, thinking, man, this is just wasted time. But the sources we're looking at today suggest this whole frustration actually stems from a massive misunderstanding of what waiting is, and more importantly, what we should be doing while we're stuck in it.
Section 1. Reframing the wait. The real secret to mastering time management is actually intrinsically linked to this idea of delayed gratification. That's the ability to effectively postpone immediate rewards for bigger, future goals. Think about it like this. Whenever you manage your time well, you're essentially making a deal with your future self. You're saying, hey, I'm going to put in the hard work right now. I'm going to bypass that easy, immediate reward so I can achieve something way better later on. It is literally the absolute cornerstone of patience.
But to really get this, we need a pretty major paradigm shift. Because normally, we engage in what's called passive waiting. We view the wait as this frustrating annoyance, just a helpless void where life is basically on pause. But we gotta flip that. We need to shift to active waiting, where we treat it as a disciplined, productive practice. By just tweaking our mindset, we transform waiting from something that just happens to us into something we actively do. It's a total game changer for taking back control of your time.
Section 2. Visualizing time's passage.
So how do we actually do this active waiting thing? Well, the sources suggest we start by making the invisible passage of time highly visible. And you can start with something as old school and simple as a physical calendar. Because when we just think about an exciting future event in our heads, it feels kind of abstract, right? Like it's floating out there far away. But visualizing the wait with actual physical boundaries helps our brains postpone the fun for the right time instead of just giving us anxiety that it's not happening right this very second. Picture a little kid waiting for a trip to the zoo. If you just tell them, hey, we're going in 5 days, that means basically nothing to them. But if you mark the days off on a calendar together, you're structuring that wait. 5 days out, the anticipation starts building. 3 days out, you start the preparation. 1 day out, the excitement absolutely peaks. And then bam, the trip. It teaches us to actually associate the passage of time with the positive building momentum of a reward.
Section 3. The garden experiment.
Now, waiting for a weekend trip is one thing, sure, but what about a massive, life-changing career goal? Achieving those significant results definitely isn't instant. It requires consistent effort over a really long duration. I mean, you can't just cross a few days off a wall calendar and expect a huge life milestone to magically drop into your lap, right? You have to actively engage with that wait, proving to yourself every single day that the future reward is totally worth the ongoing effort you're putting in today. To really practice this concept, our sources introduce something called the garden experiment. And it's super simple. You plant a flower bulb, you water it consistently, and you watch it bloom over many days. But here is the kicker. Notice that middle step. That is where the active waiting actually happens. You don't just plant the bulb and walk away expecting a flower. You show up, day after day, providing that consistent effort, even when you're looking at a pot of dirt and seeing absolutely zero immediate results on the surface.
Section 4. Building a disciplined practice.
By intentionally slowing down to observe that slowly growing flower bulb, you've physically proved to yourself that proper time management isn't just about rushing around trying to finish tasks as fast as possible. It's disciplined practice. And by bridging those short-term tools like the calendar with these long-term exercises like the garden, we really construct a complete framework here. It clearly connects time management directly to delayed gratification, and it entirely reframes waiting as an active, crucial skill. So, we've successfully taken waiting from a passive, soul-crushing annoyance and turned it into a deeply productive, intentional practice.
So, I'm going to leave you with one final question to chew on as you step away from this explainer today. What will you plant today to practice the art of waiting? Really think about a major goal you're working toward right now. Are you just treating the journey to get there as a frustrating, endless wait? Or are you actively watering your bulb every single day? Thanks so much for exploring the architecture of patience with me, and I challenge you to start actively waiting today.